What's going on, guys? Trollking here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Draw Phase. Glad to see you guys stop by. And in today's video, we have a Ahri control deck that is absurdly good and so hard to beat. So, before we get into it, if you haven't already, please subscribe. You automatically enter yourself to win a Proving Grounds box when the game comes out in October, obviously. Yep, so one of the first 500 subscribers, if we get there, I'll be sending you a Proving Grounds box where you have exclusive cards in that set that you can't get in Origins, and it'll help you learn how to play the game with 3 other friends. So, yep, press a button and win some free stuff. So, getting straight into it, we got a cool deck. Dude, I love playing this deck in Ahri. So, green-blue, our legend unit is Ahri, 9-tailed fox. When an enemy unit attacks a battlefield you control, give it -1 this turn to a minimum of 1. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, but wait for it. Like, this deck has a lot of synergy to it, so be patient with me. So that seems a little underwhelming, right? But that one might, like, really, like, that break point makes a big difference. With runes, you're running 7 calm and 5 mind runes. The battlefields are at Spirant's Climb. Increase the points needed to win the game by 1. Really relevant because we're a control deck, so we just want to make sure we have that time to get going, just like have that snowball effect of controlling the battlefields, right? Speaking of controlling the battlefields, Reckoner's Arena. When you hold here, activate the conquer effects of units here. Mainly Kaisa, which we'll get into later if you guys don't know what it does. We're also running Targon's Peak. When you conquer here, choose 2 runes, ready them at the end of this turn. That also synergizes with the best card in the deck, with Sona. Sona is the backbone of this deck. It is probably, in my opinion, one of the best cards in the game, honestly. Like, top 5 best cards. So for 4 and a power, for 4 might, Sona reads, when I'm at a battlefield, ready 4 friendly runes at the end of your turn. So, on your turn, you're playing things, and you have 4. And we're running a lot of cheap spells, so it is very, very scary for your opponent. This card does work. This card is the most important part of the deck. Without it on a battlefield, the deck kind of fizzles away. So having this is extremely, extremely important. Alright, like, you need this card to have the combos to put off. Because with the -1, right? So we get -1 from your legend. We're readying 4 runes at the end of every single turn as long as it survives. And then we're also playing Ahri, and the curve is perfect too, like goes 4 into 5, right? So for 4 runes, 1 power, 3 might. When I attack or defend, give an enemy unit here -2 this turn to a minimum of 1. So effectively, once we have Sona and Ahri on the battlefield, we're readying 4 runes. Anything that tries to conquer the battlefield that we're holding automatically gets -3. Plus all the different spells that we have access to because of Sona's ability. Make sure that we will always be on that battlefield. And I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, once I took control of a battlefield, I never lost it. Like, it was just impossible for a lot of opponents in the decks of, like, Master Yi, even Volibear. Victors had, like, no chance of trying to overcome. Grand Stratagem is the only thing that really kind of, like, I think took 1 time, like, when I was on stream. But, you know, that's just because I didn't have Windwall. So there are answers to those cards, right, within the deck, which we'll get to. And then also we're running Kaisa. This card's, like, really relevant in terms of just, like, sealing the deal, like, kind of like ending the game, because of its ability. So for 7 runes, 1 of which is a power, sorry, 6 runes and 1 power, 6 might, really strong, has ganking, so it can conquer back and forth. And when it does conquer, you may play a spell from your trash with energy cost less than your points without paying its energy cost. Then recycle it. So, we're running a lot of cheap spells. When we conquer, we gank, we're playing things, right? We're playing Consult the Past because it's cheap at 4. If you have 4 points, you're more than likely going to have 4 points while you're playing Kaisa, right? So if you played that already, you just dig deep into your deck. You can play Stupefies to -1 them. I mean, there's so many options, right? The spells that we play are cheap, so you're gonna be utilizing Kai'Sa's effect a lot more so than when Kai'Sa is in other decks, right? And speaking of some of the spells, Charm, right? So for 1 rune and a power, move an enemy unit. And do you know where we're moving the units that they have? So before they start to build up an army, right? This card's crucial. Like, they know that they can't take the battlefield that has a Sona, that has an Ahri on it, right? We have 4 runes ready. We have a bunch of cards in hand, right? We got Defies. We got all these other things to do. So they're going to try and want to build up an army to just kind of like overtake it, right? But Charm kind of stops that from happening, right? So if they're conquering the other battlefield, or they're just saving stuff on the base, use your Charm spell, right, to like move 1 unit at a time and just pick them off one by one. This card is like really important too. It's makes the control deck very much so control-y that you're just playing their units or moving their units around for them. So yeah, really important into knocking off like some units and stopping them from building up an army. Also from stopping them to do things, we're running Defy. So for 1 rune and a power at reaction speed, which is really important so you can just play whenever on their turn. Counter a spell that costs no more than 4 and no more than 1 power. So, you know, like, they're going to be running buffs with any type of Master Yi, Yasuo decks, even Volibear, some Victor stuff. This stops Siphon Power, so that's really relevant. It stops Hidden Blade, which is really, you know, which is what they're going to run to try and kill Sona or Ahri. So yeah, Defy is just like a great cheap counter for smaller spells. So if you're running control deck, you're playing Defy. Next we have Block. It's more of a defensive card, obviously. It says so in its name, you know, you're blocking. 2 runes, it's really cheap. You can play it with Kai'Sa's Conquer effect. If it is in your trash, you can hide it as well. At action speed, give a unit shield 3 and tank this turn. So, you know, if they do have some type of situation where they have enough power on board to kind of take care of your beautiful battlefield that you've been holding with Sona and Ahri, maybe some other cards, you pop Block, right, and you can give it to, you know, whoever you don't want to, you give it to whoever who wants to mitigate the damage, and if they do, like, get over that threshold of the might score that your units have, it still is a tank, so it is going to mitigate some damage. Yeah, it's just a great, like, defensive card, you know, like, if you want to hold on to a unit, if you want to hold on to a battlefield, like, definitely play Block Hidden. It really does protect them, and that is only if you're not also have, like, Foxfire in your hand, which we'll get into in a little bit. So just, you know, we're only running 2 of them because we're really, like, trying to dig deep into Foxfire, but it's still, like, a great card to make sure that, you know, you're keeping your things in Sona and Ahri alive. So we're always ready the runes. It's always going to be hard for them to kind of conquer the battlefield that we've been holding. Next, Clockwork Keeper. Great early game card for 2 runes and 2 might. And in the late game, it's a unit at your base, and you can you can spend a power, right, to draw a card. So, you know, like, if you top deck it late game, you know, you play it, and then you can just draw and dig deeper into your deck. I love cards like this because, like, it has, you know, it's an early game card, but then, like, in the late game, it's not useless, right? It's still, like, a little bit of power, like, in the sense that, you know, it's not going to, like, turn the tide or conquer battlefields left and right. But, you know, drawing a card is always useful to try and dig into your deck to find some more answers. Discipline, one of the best buffs in the game at reaction speed. 2 runes, give a unit +2, and then draw a card. Yep, it's exactly what it is. It's just good. So, you know, again, you can use it offensively and you can use it defensively. If they're trying to take on your beautiful battlefield with Sona and Ahri, maybe a Kai'Sa or maybe an Eager Apprentice. Play Discipline because we have the runes for it because of Sona. And yeah, it kind of just, once again, just ensures that we hold down that battlefield, so we just keep on building and snowballing and getting more points until we kind of take the game away from them. Meditation, what I like to do is I like to save the 4 runes for 1 defensive spell in Discipline or Block, and then if you can, play a meditation, because you can play it on their turn at reaction speed. It reads as an additional cost to play this. You may exhaust a friendly unit. If you do, draw 2, otherwise draw 1. So, once we've nestled into a battlefield and Sona and Ahri and some other stuff are on there, you're not going to be moving them around that much. So, exhausting one of those units to draw an extra card doesn't hurt. So, and once you have that card advantage, it's really hard for your opponent to kind of come over that. We're also running Rune Prison, 2 runes, 1 power, at action speed, stun a unit. So, like, if they do have a volley bear, right, and, it's gonna, outmight the battlefield that you're holding, Rune Prison stuns it, right, and after the showdown happens, it goes back to the base exhausted. So, excuse me, guys. So it is like that one like last resort card that is just there to really have another backbone of defense if something is too big for you to stop. It's situational. It's still good, and at action speed you can play it. You have all the runes you need because of Sona, and yeah, it's just a great defensive card. And then we're running Wind Wall, the best counter in the game. Do you know why? Because it just says counter a spell. It is expensive, 3 and 2, but we're ready runes every turn. We have Targon's Peak, so it's not that crazy of a deal. And plus, sometimes you want to save this for like something big, right? Like I wouldn't like Wind Wall a Defy or Wind Wall a Discipline unless it's really gonna like change the tide of the game. But I'm really saving this for like the grand stratagems. I'm saving it for maybe even unchecked powers or big spells like Final Spark or Calamity. Yeah, so save on to the Wind Wall, because when it does pop off and you do get to counter something, especially if it's a big spell, it feels really good, and it kind of just like demoralizes your opponent to the point where they just kind of like concede. Speaking of other hidden cards, Foxfire. This is the signature spell from Ahri. For 3 runes, you can hide it at action speed, and it says kill any number of units at a battlefield with total might 4 or less. So, really cool. Do you know why? Because they're getting -3 from Ahri, your champion unit, and the legend unit. So, even if it is a 7 unit or 7 might unit, then you just kind of play Foxfire and they all die, and you get to choose. So obviously you don't kill your stuff, but it's as many as possible. If they send 10 4 units or 10 7 might units, right, they go on to the battlefield that you've been holding, they all become 4 might units and they all die. So really cool card, really great control card. I really like it. I think it just like synergizes with the deck so well that you're obviously running. We only running 2. Just because like the way the curve works out, and you don't really need 3, right? Like if you've used this 3 times, then I have no idea how your opponent would be able to play like so many units at that point. Going on to the blue cards, we're playing Stupefy. You guys are familiar with this card. 1 rune, you -1 something, and you draw a card. That breakpoint's really good. That's -3 from our legend and champion. And then, another -1 to give it -4. It just kind of like seals the deal right there. And then we're running Ravenbloom Student. When you play a spell, give me +1 this turn. We're running like a lot of cheap spells, right? And like I said before, since we're readying 4 runes every single at the end of our turn, playing Charm, right? Playing a Defy, playing a Block, which is now 1 due to Eager Apprentice, right? Then running, playing a Discipline, that's 1 if Eager Apprentice is on a battlefield. Playing a Meditation, playing a Rune Prison, right? We can play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can play like 6. If we late game, if you have 6 runes, you can play 6 cards, giving Ravenbloom Student +6 might, which gives it 8, which is absurd. And in the one game on stream, I believe in the gameplay coming up, I think I got it up to like 6 or 7, maybe 5. But yeah, Ravenbloom Student, great early card, and then as you're starting to play cards, it gets big. And even late game, it can get really big because we just have all those resources available to us. Talked about Eager Apprentice briefly. 3 for 3, really fair, and when I'm at a battlefield, the energy cost for spells you play is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. So it fits very comfortably on a battlefield with Sona and Ahri. Protects it really well, so you kind of get that discount. Then you can just kind of like fire off left and right and kind of get the advantage on the spell card game. Last we're playing Consult the Past. Consult the Past. Sorry, guys. For 4 runes, you can hide it, right? For 1 power. At reaction speed, draw 2 cards. Pot of Greed. One cool thing is that you're gonna have 4 points like relatively fast if you hold on properly. If it curves out and you draw right. Ganking with Kaisa or concreting with Kaisa, especially if Wrecker in his arena, you can consistently play Consult the Past over and over and over again. So, effectively, you can draw 2 cards every single turn. So, that is the deck. Thanks, guys, for listening. I know I kind of drifted off and thought a couple times. It's been really late. I had a long stream today. So, other than that, there's going to be gameplay coming up. I'm going to try to link the deck list on Pitover Archive, right? I'm going to start signing up for that, so all this deck list, so you can import it very easily, will be on there. Don't forget to subscribe. Enter yourself to win that Proving Grounds box. Thank you. Like and comment the videos. Please tell me what you guys think. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for the support, and enjoy the gameplay. Yeah, there you go. Alright, cool, man. Let's do this. Good luck, have fun. Alright, cool, man. This is my first time playing with someone. Alrighty. Yasuo is tricky, too. Alright, cool. That's a good hand. I mean, obviously, you just have to promise, like, not to snipe. But, you do you, I'm going to assume in good faith that this is going to be extremely fair. So do I play Eager Apprentice? It's at a battlefield, so I think I do, because with Sona it's pretty good. Alright, cool. Then we end our turn. We're going to capture, we're going to pop Ahri. I'm actually going to pop Sona right away. Okay, so we're going to move here. Oh wait, hold on. Conquer effects. This dude, okay. Okay, I don't know if he's showing up. He can't wind wall me just yet. And then we will... Should we move? Or should we block? I think we're gonna hide... we're gonna hide block here. And then we're gonna end the game turn. I'm gonna activate to get 4 runes back. Or 3 rather. And then we should be good to go. Unfortunately, my colors are off, though. I didn't realize that. But it's okay. Block should be enough to protect. Okay, he decides to go over there. I can move him next turn. Decide to give it +2, +3. Is he going to move it over then? And he moves over. So it is defending, so it gets nice move. In that case, he has 2 left. This is at reaction speed, so he's gonna move Sona over and gets +2, 5. I'll put 6 with discipline. He can defy technically. Yeah, so he decides to use one of his defies. That's fair. There's not much I can do about that. Yeah, nice move. So that's 1 defy down, which is pretty good. Unfortunately, he kills one of my Sonas. I do hold. I'll put Ahri here. I still get like a discount for some things. I will move over so he can't hold anymore. Or I will charm him to move over. I'll just make sure he has nothing. Yeah, obviously. Now, next turn he could play. No, he can't. Not yet. Is that GG? Is that GG? I don't know. I don't know. It's just so hard to get, like... So hard to take a base from Ahri, dude. Like, so, first of all, Sona's ridiculous. Like, if you know, like... It's, like, one of the best cards in the game, in my opinion, for any control deck. So, Yasuo's scary. I'll put some, like, defense here. Just, like, raw playing it, just to mitigate some damage. Just to kind of, like, hold. I don't think I'm going to play this raw. Because I want to... I mean, maybe I should. Maybe I should. Yeah, I could draw 2. That's fine. I'll just play it raw. That's fine. I think that's okay. There you go. So that's pretty bad. Yeah. +3. So he's gonna move Yasuo here. I will trigger those. That does that. And I want to trigger block on the Ahri. Give the +3, -5, tank. -3. It's on a 3, does 3 damage. Has 3 damage on it. It will still die, but Yasuo will also die. I mean, he still has 5 runes available, so there's a good chance that he can still do stuff. Let's see, on guard, discipline, yeah, rune prison, that does work as well. So it removes Ahri out of combat. And last breath. Okay, cool. So let's see, if Ahri's out of combat, it is a tank and uses last breath to kill Eager Apprentice. That should still let me keep the battlefield for myself. Right, it has to. He doesn't have any... Nice, all tapped out. Okay, so they fizzle away. Why didn't last breath kill... because the tank. Alright, yeah. I think that's the way that works. It should be. Like, I think tanks have to die in order for, like, spells to, like, resolve. Like, last breath. I'm not too sure. So my turn. Let's play... Let's play Kaisa there, and we'll just end our turn. We can gank over for another point next turn. And then... Clockwork Keeper. Oh, I might do it too. Yeah, dude, yeah. Yeah, man. I think that's the way it works, right? Like even when it comes to mitigating damage with like last breath, like Ahri has to be dealt damage first. Like Ahri first has to die. So even if you target another unit, then does it just fizzle out because Ahri has to die first? I don't know. Or does it just redirect into Ahri? I mean, redirect into the tank. I should make a video about literally going through every single rule from the rule book. That would actually be pretty cool. But, you know, some of the rules are pretty intense. It's like a long list, dude. That would be like an hour and a half video, to read the whole entire document. Okay, so choosing targets. Let's draw some cards. Let's see, 5. Could defy. Move would have been a thing. Let's see. We'll just consult the past. Okay, defy. Alright, I do have a defy, so let's gank over and see what happens. Fast response. We could play this as an action, right? I don't think we need to. We're just gonna kill. Alright, so we're definitely gonna defy that. Alright, in that case... Wait, did he last breath? I don't understand. Or maybe that was a glitch. Did you last breath, or was that just like a bug? Because that should have worked. Yeah, I saw you last breath. Dude, there was a bug where the Call of the Week from the last game triggered after I like quit the one game, and like it triggered on the very beginning of the next game. And I was like, yo, what the hell happened? So it is a little buggy, but still, you know, I'm glad it exists. So technically, what, last breath would have killed Kaisa, right? That's unfortunate. I'm sorry, man. Just gonna drop some dudes, fortify my position a little bit. All right, yeah. Then Kaisa should have died. To be fair, now my graphics are a little like buggy now, and it didn't play the Bloom student. All right, I think that's GG's, right? Yeah, cool. All right, nice, good game, man. Good game. That was fun. Let's see, Battlefield Reckoners. And turn. Alright, cool. Yeah, there's the Master Yi. There's a Wielder of Water. That's like the best card to have starting for Master Yi decks. Pass. We'll put thing there and we'll end turn. Alright, are you gonna move charm? Alright, so you're ramping up, that's awesome. Gonna play big boys to get Master Yi going. Do I want to fight? No, I don't want to do that. That's fine. You can accelerate. Having 2 Wielder of Waters is scary. Let's see. Play Sona. Yeah, and then we'll end turn. We'll refresh. 2 exhausted. Yeah, exactly. So we have all our runes back. And that's why Sona, I think, is like top 5 best cards that like have been out so far. We will. Oh, what's going on? All right, so we will play Kaisa here. I get to, yeah, exactly. I want to start ganking around. I'll activate. I'll refresh 4 exhausted runes. Okay. There's a Sona. Okay, nice. You got Sona in. That's gonna be difficult to deal with. Yeah, dude, Sona's just like one of the best cards in the game, honestly. Especially for control decks. Like, you have to run her if you're running control. I'll play this. There's 2. I will. Should I burn a card to draw? Hold on. Let's gank. So let's go over here. Let's do some fighting. That's +2. It gets -1. I get to 5. I wonder if I wanna. Let me stun it. I think that's the best thing to do. Let's fight. Let's see. What are you gonna do? Pump. Alright, discipline. I'll defy the discipline. You still have 5. Resolves. I'll activate Raven Bloom's ability. Trigger. Meditation. Okay, tapping to draw. So you're digging for something. That's fine. I'll allow it. Still have 3. Yeah, you could use another discipline. The issue is the stun will resolve. So you'll like save your Sona. But you're not gonna be able to kill my Kaisa. I don't think so. Because of what I have in hand. Okay. Yeah. Resolves. Stuns. Activate. Pass response. I think the game got bugged out because like there's too many stacks, too many reactions, too many things going on. I think my Walu buff will get stunned too. Yeah. Stun. I'm just gonna stun something just because. Pass response. Activate. Stun. I'm just gonna stun your Yi just because I can. It's not gonna do anything, but you know. Honestly, like it is gonna do something. Like. Activate. Dude, Ravenbloom's student is going from 2 to 5. 2 to 5 might. There's so many triggers that resolved. And then we will end turn, right? I use so many runes that I'm back to 4. I recycled so much power, dude. I'm like back to 4, which is insane. Yeah, yeah, that's a big boy. Plus 4, right? So he's at 8. And then, so it's not defending. Goes on the 7, you definitely have things. Do I waste it? I kind of have to try. I have to try. I have to try and save it. It just has to happen. I'm not sure it will help, but we'll see. Like, you have to have something in hand. Yeah, discipline. Or on guard. Alright, good. Nice. So Kaisa dies. I find this Master Yi much better than the ready one. The ready one's fast and it has ganking, so it does like float around, which is really good, and it benefits from this. But this one's absurd. This one's just so hard to come over. Like plus 4, you know. But you just have to be very careful and like keep an eye out on how much power you're recycling, right? Because right now you're at 8, so you have to be careful. Okay, so that's good. I will. Do I want to pay 1? I have 4. Let me draw. Okay, that's actually really good. To move here. Confirm. I'm gonna do something kind of weird and unorthodox. Then I'm gonna put here. So I want to kill your Yi. So I'm gonna move it. Hopefully this 15 power is enough. I'll trigger Nine-Tailed Fox. I'll trigger the battlefield. Giving. Wait, is it also shield? Oh, it's no tank. So I kind of want to save the Sona. I could care less about the thing. So that gets -2. So it goes to 6. 2 Ravenbloom students trigger. So they go to 3. All of this just to kill the Master Yi. I just need them so they'll be behind on a point. Because I can't have it holding. So, I mean, some of my stuff is going to die, obviously. He goes on to 5. He can kill Ahri, which is fine. I'm not too, like, worried about that. Ahri did its work already, so... Alright, so he does kill Ahri, Ravenbloom, and thing. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine. Like, that's really good. So I'll activate the Exhausted Runes. Doesn't really know what I have in hand, but, you know, it's still scary. Do I move? No, it's fine. Oh, dude. White Flame Protector, man. What the hell? Shit. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oof, that's a clean sweep, dude. Oh, that's rough. We'll activate What do I want to... What do I want to give shield +2? I guess Ahri, that's fine. Let me trigger Foxfire. Oh, he's gonna stun? Alright. Alright, I see your game. Shopkeep. I'll pass. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to that. That's so dope. Nice move. I still awkwardly have like 12. Yeah, I mean, obviously I always do that. That's fine. Oh, so when a stun unit is still alive, I will activate. I'll get +4. Can I trigger this, please? Do you have any runes? R gives it -1, right? So technically I can still kill it. Yeah, that becomes 3, so I don't have to waste my Foxfire on it. Yeah, I think you just forgot of the battlefield. That's fine. That happens. It's mistakes. We all make mistakes. I made mistakes. Like the last game I played on the ladder. That set. When I get that set, it's fine. So that resolves. So now it's my turn, but I have nothing to do, dude. Like nothing. I can play Sona. You kill it. It's scary. Right? Do I play it here? 4, 5, 6. No, you have too much power. And then we'll end the turn there. Because if I invest it all, like Sona into the battlefield. Yeah, I thought you won earlier too, dude, honestly. But both Ahri's is like it gives everything -3. Alright, so that happens. +4. So that dies. Okay, so he scores. Now is a problem. So I have to top deck really good here. Like really well. I have to top deck very well. Okay, cool. We stupefy. Alright, so I get to draw one. I'm trying to dig into my meditation. Wants to draw one. So he's also digging deep into the deck. Alright, so we'll let it resolve. I still get to draw. Okay, that's good. Alright, if I can hold on to this until next turn, unless you have something like to enter ready, then I'm looking pretty good. I will draw. I'll play Meditation Raw just for 1 card because of Sona's ability to. Okay, that's good. Some battle tricks. Very close game, by the way. Very close game. But I think unless you can get in there with something that can accelerate, or the Master Yi that enters ready. There's Catalyst. So you want to draw? Okay. Ah, you were there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You were 1 rune short from being able to draw 2. Oh, wait. Never mind. Yeah, you could draw 1. Never mind. Sorry. You were already at 8. Okay. There's Seal of Focus. Does it end already? No, it does not. Good game. Good game. Good game. That was close though. I'll give you that. Like I thought when you dropped your protector there, I was gonna lose that battle, but I forgot about the battlefield as well. Cool, man. Good game. Yeah, that was a fun game. That was really good. Nice, dude.